Welcome to HB RV Lifestyle. They call me the Honey Badger because I give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business. And this is part 2 of the motorhome sales ban in 6 states. This is the email I got from the California Air Resource Board, so I want to go over it with you because it really nails down what I've been saying. Okay? Hi, Jonathan. California's Advanced Clean Trucks, ACT, rule does not, I'm going to repeat that again, does not prohibit the sale of diesel RVs in California. CARB is working with RV dealers, upfitters, and manufacturers to better understand recent stakeholder comments and news regarding upcoming RV availability issues. So everybody wants to point, well, the LA Times said. This is directly from the CARB, folks. ACT works by requiring that manufacturers increase over time the percentage of zero-emission vehicles, ZEVs, that they sell in California through model year 2035. The ZEV sales percentage is currently between 5 and 9% for 2024 and increases between 7 and 11% in 2025. Increases to between 7% and 11% in 2025. Manufacturers that do not meet the benchmarks are able to buy credits from those that do. There are enough credits in the program well ahead of required dates that give manufacturers the flexibility needed to sell as many internal combustion engines as is needed to meet market demands. This is why I said this is all bull crap. There is no motorhome sales ban. This is directly from the CARB. Okay, then it goes into a few important things to note. And we're going to go over that in a minute. But just read that first one and it tells you there's not a problem. The problem is Ford. The problem is Spartan. They're the ones that are either misunderstanding the information, getting it from a news source that's obviously wrong, or misunderstands the information, or lastly, they just don't want to build that many zero-emission vehicles to comply with California so that way the RV industry can have chassis. That's a bottom line. If you find this information transparent and helpful, please hit the like button so it triggers YouTube to spread the information to other RVers and potential RVers. A few important things to note. Recognizing that some vehicles are more difficult to convert, ACT does not require fleet-wide compliance, but rather allows manufacturers to focus on the vehicle types for which zero emissions technologies are most favorable. This means that there is nothing in the regulation that would specifically target RVs. The regulation allows manufacturers to earn credits for producing zero-emission trucks, which can be banked or traded, to reward early compliance and facilitate strategic planning. ACT does not place any purchasing requirements on dealers or fleets. ACT is a manufacturer requirement. CARB has been closely working with manufacturers to address their feedback and has built in multiple flexibilities to facilitate compliance while still addressing needed emissions reduction, examples included. I'm not going to read out loud this section of the email, so if you want to hit pause and read it yourself, or if you send me an email to livingstonrvservices@gmail.com, I will send you a copy of it. But the most important part is the next section. This part of the email blew me away. Additional ACT flexibilities were recently approved in California on October 24, 2024 as part of Clean Truck Partnership implementation. These include lengthening the amount of time manufacturers have to make up shortfalls, simplifying credit accrual, which I botched that word, sorry, and allowing secondary manufacturers. Let me repeat that with some enthusiasm. Allowing secondary manufacturers to participate in the credit market, meaning the RV industry has a choice to participate in purchasing credits to have combustible engines purchased for motorhomes. In conclusion, there is no such thing as a motorhome sales ban in the 6 states. It's fake news, it's clickbait, it's misinformation, it's fake news. This comes from the CARB themselves. And again, if you want a copy of this email, I'm more than happy to forward it to you. Just email me at livingstonrvservices@gmail.com. And please make sure you hit the like button, because if you don't hit the like button, then YouTube will not spread this information, which is the truth, factual, no emotion to it except for my emotion being pissed off. And I'm pissed off because I knew that this whole thing was blown out of proportion. This is on the chassis makers. If the chassis makers don't want to comply with how many ZEVs they want to make in certain GVWRs, not for certain industries, but for certain GVWRs, that's on Ford, that's on Spartan, that's on Freightliner, that's on Chevy, that's on Mercedes. That isn't on the RV dealers, that isn't on the RV manufacturers. If they comply, just like I said earlier, it's the same thing. Let's say that they built 9,000-pound GVWR electric trucks for Amazon, and they built them all and sold them all in California, and it met the 7% or the 9% or the 11%, depending on the GVWR, then they can build as many combustible engines as they want. It's a percentage of GVWR, not a percentage of each individual chassis. The RV industry is exempt, which means we as the RV industry do not have to comply with this, but Ford overall has to comply, but they get to choose how they comply. That's the difference. So this is the truth. This is factual. Everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feelings, wonderful day. Remember, toolkit and sense of humor.